This is the OnePlus prototype keyboard from EQNX, and I'm having a hard time trying to figure out who this board is for. Let's take a look at it. So EQNX, or Equinox, however you want to say it, sent over a prototype of their first board in the Super OnePlus keyboard series. Now, I am not being compensated or told to say anything, nor are they reviewing this video before it's uploaded, so all these words are my own. This board is currently in the interest check stage, and at first glance, it makes it look as if this board has kind of different modular pieces that attach to the sides, but actually it doesn't. Each of these side columns are fully connected to the board, and all the boards in the picture are actually just different models which you buy separately. Now, I was sent the TKL version, which looks like this, and it comes in honestly a super premium box with excellent packaging. Inside the box is pretty much everything you need to build the board, along with a super nice screwdriver and tool with a keycap and switch puller. They're honestly some of the best quality tools I've seen in a kit, probably coming in second to the Angry Meow keyboard kits. You also get a full-on coiled cable with an aviator. This is super unusual. Like, you can even tell I'm surprised in this clip.
No way. A coiled cable? What? That's like a good cable. Huh?
It also comes with some unlubed stabilizers and these pre-lubed linear switches. The board color I was sent was the primary variant, which seems to be the staple color in the marketing. It kind of reminds me of the Nintendo Switch. There's also a super big reflective weight on the back, which I think looks really good. The board comes in just a complete bare bones version, no stabilizers or anything in it. So the first thing I needed to do was get the stabs lubed up with 205G0 and slapped into the board. Funny thing is just the amount of screws this thing has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of screws. Luckily, they give you that giant screwdriver, which just makes this go by so much faster. It's got 2 giant batteries inside, which were kind of shaking around a little bit, so I ended up just taping those down, just a little future-proof, help stop them from moving around. Comes with all the foam you need if you're gonna go for a foam build, and for my first build, I did exactly that. All foam. So here is a little thing that I thought was unique and different from a normal board. Now, it's got Bluetooth and wireless, but it has an antenna, and that's what this little silicone dome covers. I'm not sure why there's 2, but there is. I just thought that was neat. I'm not really sure on how different the connection is, but I thought I might as well mention it. They accidentally sent me 1 less stabilizer than I was needing, so I ended up just using a Durock V2 stab for the left shift. They ended up all sounding and feeling exactly the same, which was great. They also sent me some keycaps, which match the primary color palette, and they feel and sound pretty good. Taking a look at the board assembled, it looks incredible. The case is CNC aluminum, and everything has a nice finish. The whole thing fits together super nice and tight. Nothing rattled or moved around except for the battery, which I ended up taping down. Now, I am not the biggest fan of this color palette. There are some other variants that they offer, and I think those look really good. Again, it's really up to you though. Now for the big question. Why did I place the F key in the wrong spot? No. How does it sound? It sounds great. It's got a nice, clean sound. It definitely has less of a foamy sound than I was expecting, and there is no hollowness or ping, which is just great. Overall, this thing sounds great in this configuration, but let's try it without the case foam. Again, it's pretty good. I prefer it this way more than the other, but we do need to test how it sounds without any foam at all. That is not bad, but it's not excellent. To be fair, it is tough to win this. However, it is at a premium price point, which is definitely more common to have better foamless performance. Aside from that, I do like this sound more than the full foam sound test. The switches that came inside sound pretty good. The factory lube is generally pretty smooth and consistent, and you really can't go wrong with that since you don't have to hand lube up. Now, I'm having a tough time figuring out who to recommend this board to. Since it's such a pricey board, it's not the best for entry. However, it's not really beating out some of the competition in sound. That being said, it's not like it sounds bad. It's just a little bit more basic. So then who is it for? Well, I think it's for the people that like the design and also want wireless. Now, if I researched correctly on this board, it has the potential to be similar to how Mode Design does their boards, where you can basically buy replacement parts and snap them on in order to change up the look of your board. I think it'd be sick to get some of these different side columns that maybe match the top, or maybe even get some unique colors or materials, maybe wood or even carbon fiber. And I think that's where this board really does shine, is just the customizability options that it possibly could have in the future. Since there's so many layers and pieces, you can switch out a lot of them to change up the way your board looks over time. I think there's a good amount of cool stuff to wait for this board, and even the different layouts that will probably come out in the future. After all, this board is in a series, and this is not the only variant. I've got a link in the description if you're interested in checking it out, alongside the switches and all the other parts and things I used in this video. These are affiliate links, so use my code if you want to save some money. See ya.